I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different, and every breakup is different. Work with me, and you'll get professional help on your situation. Just click on the link in the description below, or go to my website, askcraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth, and in this video, I'm going to be talking to you about 10 signs he's lost interest in you. Well, I know I do a lot of relationship videos and breakup videos, but I know I need to do more on dating and the courtship process because I always get a lot of questions about that and how to handle dating because, you know, whether or not you get back with an ex, it's good to know how to start dating again because it could be really scary, especially for a lot of you guys that it's been a long time. So today I'm going to be looking at some of the signs you might see if somebody is losing interest in you or has lost interest in you. And I get a lot of slack from you ladies sometimes when I don't put out videos for you guys because I would say probably about 40% of my clients are women. So sometimes women ask, do you work with women? Yes, I work with ladies all the time. I work with lesbian couples all the time, and I work with gay couples all the time. I can work with anybody because I understand dynamics of relationships and all types of relationships. It doesn't have to be just a man and a woman, okay? So I got an email here from Lindsay who says she's 28 years old and she's a really, really big fan of my channel. I had a suggestion for you on a video topic. I think one of the things that women really struggle with is knowing when a guy has lost interest. I know you did a video called 12 Signs He's Not Into You, but I'm wondering if you could do a video for us on when a guy has lost interest. Well, that is a good topic, and this is not necessarily in regards to a breakup situation. Maybe you're dating a guy for a few months or starting to casually date him, or he's come back into your life and you're kind of checking things out and you're wondering what's going on with him. And let me say this to you ladies out there. One of the reasons that it is such a struggle for you to identify whether a guy has lost interest in you or not is because of your relationship with your father. In many, many cases, you'll see a lot of dynamics play out with our relationship with our caregivers, and then we play them out with our parents as well. So for example, if you had a father that maybe is dismissive towards you and not attentive towards you or hard to read, you're probably going to be drawn to boyfriends that treat you the same way. It's just something that we do. It's like the struggle that we had with our caregiver. We try to correct it with our romantic love interest, okay? So the struggle you had with your dad, let's say your struggle was he wasn't very attentive. You're going to be drawn to men that are not very attentive. Now, you have to be able to work through these issues and be aware of these issues, and that's how you can break the cycle. But awareness is critical, okay? So you always want to explore that relationship that you had with your caregivers, okay? So if you've had a dad that was just really cold and withdrawn, you're going to be drawn to that same kind of man in an effort to correct it. It's this bizarre kind of sick thing if we do that we're trying to correct the same thing that we had with our parent that gave us the most difficulty. And so it's a challenge, but awareness is key, okay? So I want you to be aware of those things because that is a major, major reason as to why you're not able to see if a man has lost interest in you. Because if you had a dad that was really attentive and loving and kind and affectionate, you would know right away that you're not getting those same things from the guy that you're dating. But because you don't know what that feels like, and that's not, you know, how love was for you in your childhood, it's a struggle to know what it would look like in a healthy way in your romantic relationships. So I came up with a list of 10 things that are signs that somebody has either lost interest in you or maybe is losing interest in you, okay? Number 1, he's making excuses not to see you. If he's working all the time and he doesn't try to set a definite date to see you, chances are he's not really excited about you, because if he was, even if he had one free day or maybe he had a lunch break, he would really want to make some kind of effort there. If he's just coming up with excuse after excuse and it doesn't seem valid or real, there's a good chance that his interest level has either gone down or he's losing interest in you, okay? Number 2, he takes a long time to reply to you. Now, of course, there are times when we're busy, when we're doing things, but you know his work schedule, or I'm sure you have some idea of what it is, and if you could sense that he is just taking a really long time, there's a good chance he's not excited. He may be looking at the phone, puts it back down like he's not really that excited to reply. Number 3, he's out with a lot of other women. Now, he may say, oh, they're just friends, and maybe they are, but you know, you definitely want to look at it like a cautionary flag. Like, okay, he keeps going out with these other girls and you don't know the status of that relationship. It's a good chance he's exploring other women out there. Alright, number 4. He disappears for days, okay? If you got a guy that he is gone for 3 and 4 days at a time before you hear from him, like maybe he was reaching out to you every couple days, and then 4 days go by, it's a weekend, you don't know where he's at, you thought you were going to have plans coming up, don't hear from him, and he just keeps disappearing on you. Where is he going during that time? If it doesn't add up to you, kind of use your gut. What is your gut telling you? Is it a warning? It could be. Alright, number 5. He tells you he doesn't know what he wants right now, okay? If he acts like he's confused when we didn't seem very confused those first few months or the last 6 months you've been together, and all of a sudden he seems confused and he's telling you that? Why? Okay, what's going on? Why doesn't he want to see you? Why doesn't he want to be in a relationship all of a sudden? What's going on there? Something might be going on, okay? Alright, number 6. He only seems to want sex. Okay? Did he go from taking you on fun, elaborate outings, you know, nice restaurants or fun things to do, and all of a sudden it's just coming over and hanging out and hooking up and not really interested in anything else? I mean, sometimes there's financial issues going on, he can't afford it, but you gotta look at the big picture, and you gotta look at this guy. What's going on with him? If he just seems like he's all about sex, then he probably is all about sex and using you as an object, and obviously you don't want to put yourself in that situation where you can be hurt. I mean, of course, if you just want to hook up with him too, go right ahead, but these are signs to warn you so you don't have your heart broken. Okay? Number 7. He seems annoyed to hear from you. Is he being really short with you? Now, sometimes if you're blowing up his phone and constantly reaching out to him, and he may be feeling a little smothered and trapped, because sometimes reaching out to somebody too often makes them feel like, oh my God, I can't get away from this person. They know I'm working, and this is the 12th time they've texted me today. No, you don't want to do that. So you got to be aware of, are you doing anything to make them feel annoyed? But if you're texting him once every couple days and he seems annoyed by that or really short, maybe because his interest has dropped. Alright, number 8. He seems dismissive with you. When you go to tell him something, does he brush it away, brush it aside, not really care about what you're talking about? If he's doing something like that, then you wonder why. Like, why isn't what you're sharing important? Okay? Because ideally, whatever you have to share should be at least something important to them. Not that they're constantly blowing it off like they don't care. Alright, number 9. He's showing other women interest in your presence. So maybe you're out with friends and you see him flirting with other women. That's a warning sign right there, because sometimes some guys are brazen enough to do that right in front of you, and then they'll just say, oh yeah, but we're not in a relationship. Yeah, but he should be considerate of you and your feelings if you are dating or hanging out or exploring that. And if he is doing that in front of you, you can imagine what he's doing when you're not around him. So you definitely want to be aware of something like that. Okay, number 10. He doesn't listen to you and he's not present with you, okay? Like, if you're out on a date and he just stares at the phone the entire time. I remember one time being at a restaurant and seeing a couple, and literally the guy stared at his phone the entire time. And every time this girl was trying to talk to him, he didn't even put down the phone. He didn't even stop looking at the phone. He just stood, just the entire time, he was just completely... It was like in his own world, and she kept trying to reach out for him. She kept trying to get his attention. He didn't stop the entire time. I don't think they had a 30-second conversation their entire dinner. And, you know, if you got somebody that's doing that with you constantly, don't waste your time, because you want somebody that is going to enjoy your time and be present with you emotionally, can laugh with you, have a good time. That's why you're going out and doing things together, right? Not to just have him ignore everything that you do. So these are 10 signs that somebody may be losing interest in you, or has lost interest in you, and it's good to be aware of to protect yourself emotionally. That's it for this video. If you liked it, throw a like on there. Be sure to go to my website, askcraig.net, if you want to get a coaching with me. I do Skype coaching and I do email coaching, whatever option works best for you.